Hello, Scuba here. Welcome to a little showcase of my new mod, Zombies Can't Gather. On Arcadia, we sometimes have problems with stuff that causes lag. This area here is a good example of that. It used to be full of entities with signs, item frames, mobs, and a whole bunch of armor stats. And one of those sources of lag has been zombies that have been holding stuff down in the caves. So recently I made a little mod that will help us with this problem, and it's called Zombies Can't Gather. This mod adds a command to blacklist any item to prevent zombies and piglins from picking them up. For example, we can type Zombies Can't Gather, zombie, and press enter. And now we can see the zombie blacklist. Now if we want to add an item to the blacklist, we can just press add, and I actually want to add rotten flesh to the blacklist. And now we have rotten flesh on the blacklist. Now zombies cannot pick them up anymore. And you can expand this with any item you like. The most notorious offenders are rotten flesh, eggs, arrows and bones. We've seen a lot of zombies holding those in the caves. Of course, when you add something by accident, you can always remove it. And there is also a list for piglins. And this actually should have eggs on it, so it's good that I'm making this video. Alright, that's nice. Now our zombies and piglins won't pick up those items anymore and they will naturally despawn. But what if you already have zombies that are already persistent, that are already holding something like arrows or rotten flesh or anything like that? For that we have the tracker. The tracker on Arcadia has been running for a couple of weeks now. I think it's maybe 3 weeks. And apparently there's 154 entities with blacklisted items. I actually haven't looked at this at all yet. But there's a zombie holding an arrow that has been loaded in 139 times. That's a lot. So let's go into admin mode and let's track down this guy. Right here we can see this zombie is in the overworld at 562.30 minus 1744. I don't know where that would be. That's probably at someone's base. Someone that's been very active. If we look at the left here, we actually have a button to teleport to the zombie. And let's see. It should be here somewhere. There we go. There is the zombie holding the arrow. That brings us to the next feature, that's the purge button. The purge button will try to kill everything in the list, but it can only purge loaded entities for now. Purging entities in unloaded chunks is something I want to add later on. Anyway, the purge button. Let's do this. There we go. That's one zombie less. And actually we killed 31 entities, so there's a couple of people online and we did purge some of the entities over there too. Let's see, we also have a piglin that's been loaded in 71 times holding an egg. So let's see if we can find that one. And there we go. There he is. And let's see, he fell in a hole. Poor guy. But let's purge him. And we killed another 19 entities, and I think we just killed a bunch of entities in the nether. There he is. Another 4 entities killed. Only 118 left to go. There we go, another one. And let's see if we can purge him. There we go, 105 left. This is, by the way, also why I want to add the functionality to purge entities in unloaded chunks, because this is gonna be a lot of work. That's 33 entities. Where are we? We're actually near Silver's base. So apparently we loaded lots of entities right here. And there we go. And this one is the only one that had a desync somehow. But we have a command for that, and that is a Zombies Can't Gather tracker reset. And if we go to the tracker, which by the way, there is a shorthand command for it, setcg, tracker. There's no mobs with blacklisted items tracked yet. I hope you like this little mod showcase. I know that at Arcadia we love to have less lag because we can get quite laggy at times. Speaking of which, this area is really cleaned up. Alright, see you in the next one. Bye bye.